Sorry. Good morning, my desktop publishing students. We are now going to start assignment 69, June sales. And this is going to involve creating charts in Excel, and then you're going to copy and paste them in Word. This is the first time that you've done this, so let's give it a try. All right, so the first thing says click in cell H6. So there's cell H6, and it says type in the label totals. All right, so you did that and press enter. And now it says add a formula in H7 to H14 that total each row. Well, you know this is pretty easy. Click here in cell D7, hold down your shift key and click in H14. And we've got the blank column here, so what do? Alt equals. First thing that you ever learned in this class. All right, so that's totaled. All right, go Control S to save. Now, I forgot to say that I had opened up my 69 June sales and I'd already saved it. So I assume that you've done the same thing. And so when I said Control S for save, then we had it there. All right, so now if we wanted a weekly total here, we could put in our equal sum and add your totals of each product. Okay, equal sum. And now the sales per week, and we wanted to round the average, so I'm going to pull this over here. That doesn't make sense though. There's nothing. Well, yeah, I could do it this way. Okay, watch. F2 equals round average, and I want the round the average of, not week 4, but the total. So I want the average of this group, the totals, and round it to 0 decimal places. Okay, so equals round average. There's the totals that I want to average to 0 decimal places. All right, so there's our average for the totals. All right, this is the weekly average, and this is the average at the end of 4 weeks. So the weekly average here doesn't really make sense, so I'm going to press delete and not put it there. Totals is fine, but that's all. Okay, so you've got your totals in, and that's the most important thing. And now it says copy the chart, the June sales chart, copy this chart, and notice the data. You had all the names of the carpets, and you had the weekly sales. And note that it's a 3D, so you've got week 1, 2, 3, 4, and you've got the sales here and the name of the carpets here. All right, so we want to go Control C to copy, and then it says click in J20 to match it, and go Control V, and we've got a second chart. All right, on this second chart, it asks us to change the source data. So you're going to right-click, you're going to select data, and this time I'm going to delete the data there because we're going to put in a new set of data. And they asked us to take the ranges C7, okay, oh, pardon me, C7 down to C14, and use your Control key, H7 down to H14. What the heck? What did I do wrong here? Okay, start again. I want to click my little red collapse arrow, and I want to go from C7 down to C14. Hold down my Control key and go from H7 down to H14. All right, so now click my little red collapse arrow and say OK. And now I just have one series, and we haven't got a name on it, but that's okay because we're going to change this now to a pie chart. So we're going to right-click, and we are going to change chart type, and we are going to go to pie and choose a 3D pie. All right, a 3D pie. And there we have our 3D pie. Now, note that they're all the same color. All right, we're going to go to design here, and we're going to choose one of these styles that we can use. So it doesn't matter to me what you choose, but choose one with the colors. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I think I'll go with, no, I'll go with this one. All right, so I've got a nice background in there. I've got the data labels, but it asks me to make sure that I've got data labels that display the category name, percentage, and value. So then that tells me I don't need a legend, so I'm going to delete the legend. I'm going to click on the data labels. I'm going to right click, go to Format Data Labels, and we want the category name, we want the value, and we want the percentage, and of course show leader lines. Now they're too jammed, so click off and click on one, and let's get it dragged out here. Now, you know what, before we go any further, I'm going to go here to the data labels, and I am going to say data labels outside end. There, so now I get them partly out, and I can move them a little bit. Now this hooked one can come in here, and then June sales I might end up moving down here, okay, just for readability. And then that allows me to pull this one over here, and you should see the leader line, and this one can come up onto here. Then I can pull tapestry down over here, and knotted pile I can pull over here, and let me pull this down one more time, and then I can pull this one a little bit, and there should be a leader line. Yes, okay, so I can see the leader lines for each one that's required. This one here, you're right, I could have moved this one up on here. Now I find the background a little bit heavy here on the black, so I'm going to click once on the data labels, and I'm going to go to fill and see if I can fill it with a lighter color and yet still works. No, that's not a good color. Well, I think those grays are going to have to, there. Oh, that's not. Okay, they win. I think it was this one. All right, we'll leave it at that. That's okay, but we can go to home and we can size it up. It's only size 10, so let's go and size it up here to 12. Now, that means I have to adjust a little bit here, but that's okay. Now I'm going to move our plot area down just a bit. Okay, so click off, and you saw I moved the plot area. Okay, and this one here, I can pull down a bit more here. All right, I think that looks pretty good. This one seems to be constrained, so if I put it out here, it has to be further. There you can see the leader line. Okay, there they're all kind of the nice shape, so that's good. Click on your spreadsheet and go Control S to save. And now go down to June sales here, and we're going to move it up a little bit for a minute, and then click in here and press End, and then press Enter, and you're going to type in Chart 1. Chart 1, all right? And while we're there, now let's go Shift Home, and let's make it about size 12. Okay, let's make it about size 12. And let's go with something to brighten this up. So I'm going to put some red in here. My font color red. Oh, wait, I haven't got my highlight on. Okay, I want size 12. Why can't I? It's not letting me. Okay, I'll take the whole thing. See if I can make it red. Oh, I did. All right, so I'm going to leave it at size 18. That's fine. All right. And now, if you haven't got a fill in your chart area, put a fill in your chart area, okay? So put a fill of some kind. And you know what? Let's put a border on there too. So let's go to the chart area, and let's go to border. and I'm going to put a red border on mine. Okay, so I'm going to go to border, solid line, and I'm going to put a red border. And then I'm going to move the size up so that I can see it. All right, now let's go to the first chart and let's put a fill color in here. So let's go to fill, solid fill. Actually, we had a gradient, so let's go to a gradient. And, oh, I don't mind the blue beside the gray. That's okay with me. Or choose whatever color that you want, okay? Maybe, let's see, purple. Yeah, that kind of goes better, I think. All right, and I'm going to put a purple border on that one. So I'm going to go to border solid line, and I'm going to choose purple. And I'm going to make the line, what I did on the last one, 1.5. 1.75. Okay, what did I use here? Back on this one, I used 1.5. Okay, so then I want 1.5 over here. All right, so now we can see the border lines. That's good. And of course, if you wanted to do the walls, you know how to go and select the walls. You could do the walls too and finish it off. And in fact, I just might do that because I'm at the end of what I have to do. So here I've got to do one more thing before my time is up. June sales, and I want you to put in here chart 2. All right, and I'm going to, this one here, I went with red on the last one, so I'm going to go with purple on this one, just to follow in my color tones. All right, and I've got one at the top, one at the bottom. I think I'll put this one at the bottom so they're both consistent, because you're used to looking at, there's where the title is going to be, the June sales chart 2. And I'm going to save, and I have got time, so I'm going to go here on this chart, and I want to go to format, and I want to format the walls. So I'm going to do the walls. Here's the walls, and I'm going to choose a gradient fill, and the purple looks pretty good right there. Can I choose something a little darker? Ooh, that's too dark. Don't like that one. Okay, I'm going to go with that one, and then I want to go and I want to do the floor. So I've got the floor, and I'll go to gradient fill again on the floor, but let's choose a little bit darker one. There, I'm going to go with that. All right, so now I'm going to stop there because I'm out of time. I'm not finished, but we are now going to transfer this information to Word. So I'll save here, I'll stop, and then we'll come back and we'll transfer to Word.